What's up guys, it's A-Town and welcome back to another New World video. Do you want to get ahead of the pack on launch day? We're going to be looking at the different things I've found that will help you master the early levels. I'm going to be breaking these points up into two different categories. The first is big impact and the second is small impact. Both have their importance, but some you can overlook and still level at an efficient rate. So if you want to min-max the leveling process, then you can include both the small and big things in your process. First, we'll go over the small impact things you can do that will give you an edge above other people. This was in one of my tip videos, but hitting T on the lore that is found around Eternum so that it doesn't bring up the screen for you to read it. This may seem small, but if you run by it and don't take any time, it's like you're getting the XP received from the lore, which is a lot, for free. Don't go out of your way for a common material. I know it's hard not to just get caught on the collection train when you see a new material you want to grab, then you find yourself farther away from your goal in the first place. Maybe gather one and then head to where you're aiming to go. There will be more on the way or on the way back. Though you don't want to go out of your way for resources, you do want to collect them and have some to deposit before you go into a city. If you aim to always have resources that you can put in a city, then it will be more common that a town board quest will come along that you can just instantly complete for easy XP. This is the best feeling, to have the town board quest refresh and you can already complete one or two of them. The last small impact thing you can do is just to make sure you always have 5 wood and 1 flint in your inventory, and to make sure that you actually set up your camp. This is connected to having PvP toggled on. You want to have that bonus XP for having it on, but you don't want to get ganked and have to run from your city each time. So have a camp that you can put nearby and spawn at so you don't have to play walking simulator each time you die. You can also craft food, and when you rest at the camp, you heal really fast, so there are many bonuses to having your camp near you. One thing to keep in mind about this though, is that they did change it for the open beta, that you have to be within 500 meters of your camp to spawn at it. If you are too far away from it, you can't spawn at it and you have to choose the closest city. This is why it's always important to have those resources, because now you have to refresh your camp more often. Moving into the big impact things you can do to crush the competition when it comes to leveling, is having a weapon that has a movement ability. This is really big for multiple reasons. First, it allows you just to move around faster, mixing in your ability with your dodges. Second, it is helpful for when you need to escape or catch up to people in PvP. It is common for some people to just run from a fight when they are losing, and if they have better movement than you and they're faster, then they're going to get away and you're going to lose that XP. There's a lot of running in this game, so anything that can cut down on that time is game changing. I personally used the hatchet in the closed beta and played around with the great axe, and having the speed boost from Berserk and the swing that you sprint forward with the great axe were both super nice to get around quickly. In the open beta though, I was using the fire staff and ice gauntlet, which out of those two only the fire staff has a movement ability. And I personally don't think it's the best choice for abilities to use to get around fast with the charge up and the pause you have when you stop. Something I noticed from the closed beta to the open beta was my server choice. In the closed beta, I chose to be on a server that had the Battle for New World event happening on it. This meant that there were a ton of big streamers on the server, and at the time my faction was the worst on the server. I knew at the time if I was on one of the bigger factions who had more territories, I would be able to benefit from much more. Knowing this, I chose to be on a random server for open beta, and I chose a server that seemed to have a somewhat low population. The nice thing about the server with a high population is that servers get bought, and then you have more options for town board quests. If a territory is not owned, there are only 3 town board quests. This leads to a low chance of you having the materials or even the quest on the town board being worth it. The town board isn't as good as it used to be, but it's still a solid way to get experience. So choosing the right server, one that doesn't have every giant streamer on it, but maybe a server that has a few, or at least a known high population. For a game like New World, it's going to be hard not to get a server that has streamers on it, and if it doesn't, then that population probably won't be high enough for all the aspects of the game to be fully taken advantage of. The final big impact thing you can do is to stay up to date on your main story quest line. The main story gives you massive XP, and can give you a boost past others who may be overlooking it till later. Especially if you are in a group, make sure everyone is staying up to date on the quest line and the skills that are required to complete it. You don't want to be working on it, then have to work on leveling your harvesting skills to get the river crest to make the potions that you need to move along. With the quest line, you also get the attuning orb to enter Amrine, which is a great place to get quick XP. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and feel better to take on Eternum. Let me know in the comments what your leveling goals are, whether to speed level or to just explore the world. I'm aiming to stream the launch of New World and take it from there, so let me know if you'd be interested in watching it. If you want a closer look into what to do in solo or group leveling, then check this video out.